and welcome to Left, Right and Centre. A strike by sanitation workers in Delhi of the non-payment of salaries, now joined by staff from civic body-run schools and hospitals, has virtually crippled the national capital since the 27th of January. As a state ruling party, the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP that also rules Delhi civic bodies fling accusations at each other, the crisis is mounting. But it's not just Delhi. For the last 7 days, Mumbai has been reeling under a massive fire at the Deonar dumping ground that has led to the worst kind of smog, choking residents nearby, forcing them to leave home. Travel a little further south and Bangalore seems all too familiar with these crises, be it waste management, air pollution or road safety. What is happening to our big cities and why are they collapsing so alarmingly? We'll talk about that first, but later on in the show we'll also be joined by my colleague Siddharth Patankar, who's at the latest Auto Expo. He'll tell us all about how auto manufacturers are dealing with the consumers' newfound awareness of the need to cut down on vehicular pollution in the latest cars that hit the roads this year. But first, of course, maximum cities to collapsing cities. Why are our governments and corporations not more accountable for the mess our big cities are in? Let's take a look at what's happening in Delhi today.
Delhi held hostage to the stinking politics between the Aam Aadmi Party government and the corporation's war over pay. National Highway 24 choked as sanitation workers stopped traffic and dumped trash on the roads. Piles of garbage on the streets, highways blocked and health services disrupted. The national capital has seen it all in the past 1 week. And what's clear is that it's just not a matter of rights, but a bitter political war being played out between the BJP and Aam Aadmi Party. Joining the sanitation workers were over 16,000 teachers from the Municipal Corporation of Delhi who marched towards Delhi Secretariat, even resorting to bizarre forms of protests in their battle for pending salaries.
All the political parties has to be blamed for this entire scenario.
हमें आज सड़कों पर उतरना पड़ा है और आज हमने दिल्ली सरकार के खिलाफ श्रद्धांजलि दी है, अपनी बालू की आहुति दी है.
From Bengaluru came this attack on the Narendra Modi government and BJP-led civic bodies, promptly countered by the 3 mayors.
वो ऐसा माहौल क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं कि दिल्ली में किसी तरह से प्रेसिडेंट रूल लगा दिया जाए.
भ्रष्टाचार में लिप्त है ये सरकार और सरकार के मंत्री और सरकार के एमएलए.
सारी दिल्ली के लोग हाउस टैक्स दे रहे हैं. वो हाउस टैक्स का पैसा कहां गया? उनका सारा पैसा चोरी हो गया. वो सारा पार्किंग का पैसा कहां गया? चोरी हो गया. वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स का पैसा कहां गया? चोरी हो गया. हम डिमांड करते हैं सारे भ्रष्टाचार की सीबीआई की इंक्वायरी होनी चाहिए.
दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री ने इन निगमों को दबाने की सोची.
To end the capital's week-long crisis, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal announced a loan of 551 crore rupees, urging workers to call off their strike.
31 जनवरी तक की तनख्वाह वो अपने सारे एम्प्लॉइज को, ग्रुप ए, बी, सी, डी, सफाई कर्मचारी, सारे एम्प्लॉइज को वो पूरा कर दे.
हमारा ड्यू हिस्सा वो इनको देना चाहिए, बजाय इसके कि मैं 1 महीने की सैलरी दे रहा हूं, मैं 2 महीने की सैलरी दे रहा हूं.
केजरीवाल जी ने झगड़े के अंदर केंद्र उनको तंग करता है तो वो कॉर्पोरेशन को तंग करे. दोनों के झगड़े की वजह से आज दिल्ली की जनता फंस रही है.
And as politicians bicker over who needs to clean up their act, the mess in the city is just getting uglier. With Sonal Mehrotra in New Delhi, Anusya Mathur for NDTV.
7 days straight and the firefighting still goes on. Now, fresh blazes at several places in Mumbai's Deonar dumping ground. The mountains of garbage produce the easily combustible methane gas, which only fuels the fire, leaving locals choking under thick plumes of smoke.
कुछ सॉल्व नहीं हो रहा है और हम लोगों को धुआं नहीं, ये डंपिंग ही बंद चाहिए क्योंकि गोवंडी में इंसान रहते हैं, जानवर नहीं.
For about 7 days now, 18 fire engines and 10 water tankers have been constantly working round the clock to extinguish the fire at the Deonar dumping ground. And while the fire brigade claim that they have managed to contain the fire at the main source, the main challenge that the fire brigade is now facing is due to the fire breaking out at small pockets across the Deonar dumping ground. They're trying to extinguish that now, which only seems to be spreading. Fed up, hundreds of residents took to the streets, especially those living in close proximity of the smog, appealing the landfill be relocated.
Shut the Deonar Dam. There is no other option, and it's high time that the Prime Minister as well as the Chief Minister wakes up.
The best way is to go to the corporate world, good corporate citizens like Unilever, ITCs, L&Ts, Reliances, to tell them to force the rulers, the elite rulers of this city, to privatize the entire garbage collection of Bombay.
Pollution levels rose dramatically from 28th of Jan to the 30th. Once the fire came under control, they dropped. The worry? Fresh fires will only add to the smog. Though the new dump yard has been allocated a few months ago outside Mumbai, environmentalists warn it will only relocate the problem if modern waste management systems are not implemented.
We do know in general that maybe construction debris could be a major source. We know that household garbage is a major source, plastics and various other things. We need to list them all, and we need to find ways of segregating each one and dealing with each one separately.
But for now, the struggle to breathe some fresh air. In Mumbai, Ankita Sinha for NDTV.
Right, well, Ankita Sinha now joins us from Mumbai on this. Ankita, we've seen a situation across major cities in India where issues of waste management, traffic, pollution are becoming front and center as far as even poll issues are concerned. In Mumbai, what's the fight really about, especially given that this Deonar fire has been burning now for the last few days? What are the local politicians saying about the tackling of the situation?
Right. So this time what's happening is in Mumbai there are about 3 dumping grounds. One is in Deonar, Kanjurmarg, the other is in Mulund, which is again in central Mumbai. So what the people are now asking is move the dumping grounds to a place where the people aren't affected in case there are fires like this. Another thing that also has to be taken into account is how will you dispose of the tons and tons of garbage that Mumbai produces every day. Now I have with me a couple of residents from Chembur, which is one of the worst affected areas because of this fire that has been raging for the last 7 days. Sir, can you tell us how has this impacted your lives?
See, the repetitive fire that is erupting in Deonar dump yard almost daily has affected the lives of people staying in Chembur and Deonar in a very, very bad way. Even in the slums around there, I visited. Most of the clinics are fully flooded with patients having respiratory problems. People have started, if they can afford, they have started moving out from there to some other relatives' house in Bombay. And some of the societies I know, people are wearing masks to breathe normally, and some of them have gone on vacation outside Bombay. It's a very, very bad situation. Unless the situation improves, it will affect all of us very, very badly, and all the houses in Chembur and Deonar are having some patients with respiratory problems, each and every house. So that is the worst threat.
Basically what's happening is all political parties are sort of throwing the ball in each other's court. But you as a citizen, what do you expect? Accountability?
Definitely accountability, madam, because I personally feel we all are accountable. But unfortunately, see, in case I break a signal, I pay fine. If I don't pay my taxes, I pay fine and penalty. Why not on this side? Ultimately, somebody has to be accountable. We just can't run away from this. And I don't think peace march or any such march is a solution for this.
So there you go. This is exactly what the people here in Chembur are saying. They're demanding that such incidents not happen in the future, and everyone must come together on the same page to ensure that this is stopped. Over to you.
Right, Ankita, thanks very much for joining us with all that. Well, to discuss the state of our cities more on the show tonight, we are being joined from Bangalore by Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, who's the president of the Bangalore People's Action Committee and, of course, the CMD of Biocon India. We're also being joined in Delhi by the Aam Aadmi Party's MLA and spokesperson Somnath Bharti, who's joining us from his residence. From Delhi, we have Sudhir Vora, architect and urban planner, joining joining us from his residence as well. From Mumbai, we have Anil Ramchandra Patankar of the Shiv Sena and Rishi Agarwal, who's an environmentalist and an expert on urban development. Thank you all for being on the show tonight. Somnath Bharti, I want to actually open with you because Delhi's striking workers don't seem to be happy with the idea that the government has released about 550 crore rupees to pay off certain salaries. That's a temporary solution to a long-term crisis. What is the long-term plan that the Delhi government has as far as civic issues are concerned to tackle them?
Mayaji, now we all know, because in the High Court, commissioners of MCD, all the three MCDs, they had filed affidavits saying that till 31st of December 2015, all the salaries have been paid. So it was a very, very big lie spoken by BJP people that employees were not paid salary for last 3-4 months. Now the crisis which we all see, so-called crisis, it is a staged crisis managed by BJP to showcase their inabilities basically. They have failed to handle MCD. They have basically been involved in huge amount of corruption. Honorable Chief Minister today clearly and in unambiguous terms demanded a CBI inquiry. The money raised by advertisements, parking, property tax, they have all been looted. CBI is of central government, which is where BJP is. They are still asking that do a CBI inquiry. Our divisional commissioners had gone to MCD to ask for accounts, they were denied. Now here is a case where there is an absolute loot. They have paid every penny of MCD. They have rather, I just want your camera person to focus on this. This is a chart. This chart clearly shows how much money we have paid. If you look at it, as compared to earlier years, 2015-16, we have paid 8,893 crores.
Okay, all right.
In comparison to 526 in 2012-13, right. And in comparison to 14-15, it was 545.
Right, Mr. Bharti, just a moment. Mr. Bharti, just a moment. Let's get RP Singh of the Delhi BJP in on this as well. He's joining us on the show. Mr. RP Singh of the Delhi BJP. You know, the fact is this is becoming a blame game between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. At the end of the day, the Aam Aadmi really is suffering in the midst of all this politics because Delhi has pretty much become a garbage dump since the 27th of January.
See, the issue is Mr. Somnath Bharti is saying that there is corruption in MCD, and he is saying that their Chief Minister is saying this, that they receive inquiry. I am giving you open challenge to him. Let the Chief Minister write a letter. It is within his domain. Let him write a letter to central government for CBI inquiry, and let there be CBI inquiry into it. But along with that, he should send a CBI inquiry for CNG scam, for CNG sticker scam, for auto scam, for onion scam, all those scams. And let him write a letter. We are open to it. Otherwise, also the MCD accounts are always audited by CAG, and not a single time CAG has raised any issue. As far as the letter he is showing, I am showing a letter written by the MCD Commissioner on 29th of last month, which is 4 days back, and it categorically states that Delhi government owes 731 crore rupees to MCD. Now, what he has given, what Mr. Kejriwal has given us, just arms, but we are not begging for it. We are asking for right. The center has increased their package from 32 to 42% of 14th Finance Commission. The 4th Commission report they have already tabled on the House. So according to that, it's more than 8,000 crore rupees which is due to MCD. But they are not doing so. And why is just going for January, just February, March, let him commit that also that he's going to pay for that or not. And plus the outstanding which is due. They are only trying to do a slugfest. I'm making an open request to you. Let Mr. Kejriwal, Mr. Sisodia, allow me to complete, ma'am, allow me to complete another second.
Very quickly,
Mr. Kejriwal and Mr. Sisodia, be on your channel, I'll send my 3 mails, let there be open debate, and you be the judge, we accept it.
Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, I want you to come in on this as well. You know, from the perspective of an outsider who's looking at what's going on in Delhi. Mr. Bharti, one moment, we'll come to you in a minute. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, from the perspective of an outsider looking at what's going on in Delhi, as somebody who's dealt with similar issues in your own city, What do you think is the way forward? I mean, we're also talking about, the sort of civic issues as far as sanitation, pollution, traffic safety is concerned, rising crime. We're seeing that in Bangalore as well today. How does the city tackle all this?
Well, I think every city is dealing with, the municipality and governance around the municipality. And I think if you look at Bangalore, I think it's gone off. If you look at Bangalore, we have very, very similar issues, not in terms of what is going on in Delhi, but certainly we have a huge crisis on hand in terms of waste management. I think we find that we don't have, basically we are in a time warp. Every city is in a time warp because we haven't really paid enough attention to solid waste management. And I think because of this, I think we are seeing a lot of unhealthy mafias being created, whether they are collectively called the garbage mafia. So as someone said earlier on, I think one of the most effective ways of solving this problem is to privatize garbage management. I know that there has been a huge counter to this by the municipality. I know many gated communities in Bangalore have tried to, deal with their own waste, but they have not been allowed to do so. I know that many waste to energy kind of programs which depend a lot on waste are not getting enough waste because of various issues. Right. So I think there is a serious issue.
And that in fact brings us to what's going on in Mumbai today as well. Rishi Agarwal, you're joining us from Mumbai, an environmentalist. The Deonar fire has been burning now for 7 days. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw is talking about, getting together and finding ways to convert waste into energy. And here you have pretty much this landfill burning up, emitting methane gas, which is highly flammable, highly poisonous, forcing people out of their homes.
So firstly, I would like to just say that waste to energy is not as great a solution as it is made out to be. Some people have been saying that 10,000 tons of garbage coming out of Mumbai is a big problem. I can assure you that if 10,000 tons goes to 20,000 tons as well, it is perfectly possible to solve Mumbai's problems. It is a chronic case of mismanagement in the past 20 years. I entered the solid waste management advocacy and struggle in the post-Surat plague era, 1994. If you remember, Surat went through a bad plague, which really shook up Mumbai because we were very close to Surat, and there were a beautiful number of steps which got taken place between 95 and 2000. So for somebody like me, it is really tragic that between 1995 and 2016, we have come a full circle from the Surat plague back to the Deonar fire, and it's extremely surprising that as a society, we just don't seem to be moving up the learning curve at all. All the solutions that need to be done. In fact, where I'm sitting in the studio, just 1 kilometer away, I know a building which is doing such great solid waste management that it is not sending even 1 kilo of waste to Deonar dumping ground. So my open challenge to the BMC also has been that use this crisis to your advantage. By 2016, establish 1 million buildings which will be following the best waste management techniques, and the Deonar problem can be solved exactly in 2 years flat, without establishing any new dumping grounds, because that is another big concern of mine, that a lot of the residents in knee-jerk reactions have been talking about privatization, opening new dumping grounds. I mean, are we so insensitive that we want to shift our problem? So just imagine the garbage which Mumbai will produce will be shipped 100 kilometers away and thrown on some tribal villages or some other area. I mean, don't their children, don't their livelihoods matter?
That is really an answer, as you're pointing out. Okay, so if you're saying it can actually be resolved, there are ways to resolve these issues. Mr. Patankar, Shiv Sena corporator in Mumbai, tell us why these issues are not resolved if the solutions are staring at us in the face. मिस्टर पाटनकर, अगर आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है, अभी ऋषि अग्रवाल जी बोल रहे हैं कि जो वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट का मसला है, जो देवनार में जो आग लगी है, वो 2 साल के अंदर मुंबई सॉर्ट आउट कर सकती है. आगे कोई रास्ता हो सकता है जिसके जरिए मुंबई में जो गार्बेज इकट्ठा होता है उसका हल कुछ निकल सकता है. तो ये क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? अगर सोल्यूशन हमारे सामने है तो कॉर्पोरेटर्स और पॉलिटिशियंस क्यों नहीं इसको ढूंढ रहे हैं?
माया जी,
हल अभी यही है, उसका रास्ता यही है, उसकी क्षमता खत्म हो चुकी है, उसे वहां तत्काल बंद करके वो आगे में शुरू कर देना चाहिए। और जो मुंबई में जो इतना कूड़ा कचरा जो जम रहा है, मगर मेन समस्या बेवरेज के भी है ना। जो डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है मुंबई में,
बना सकते हैं,
मुंबई में जो डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है उसका भी डेवरेज वहां दम होता है। और ये हजारों टन कचरा कूड़ा जो गीला सूखा अलग अलग नहीं करते, वो वही जाके दम हो जाता है, उसमें मीथेन बन जाता है। मगर उसकी जो कैपेसिटी है वो खत्म हो चुकी है अभी कैपेसिटी खत्म होने के बावजूद उसको अभी
Mr. Agarwal, you want to respond to that?
तत्काल बंद करना चाहिए।
100% I want to respond to it.
उसको अभी वर्षों स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ने
पाटनकर जी, अग्रवाल जी आपसे कुछ पाटनकर जी, ऋषि अग्रवाल आपसे कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं।
जाएंगे उसको
नहीं, मिस्टर पाटनकर, मैं आपको एक पूछना चाहता हूं कि मेरे पास हर महीने कोई ना कोई सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट एंटरप्रेन्योर आते हैं। तो 2003 में एक बहुत अच्छा पायलट प्लांट एस्टेब्लिश किया गया था, जब जो डेब्री है उसमें से ब्रिक्स और पेपर ब्लॉक बनाए जा सकते हैं। तो जो बीएमसी है वो कोई भी एंटरप्रेन्योर को सपोर्ट नहीं कर रही है। सूखे कचरे को जो ड्राई वेस्ट रिसाइकलिंग सेंटर्स हैं उनके लिए जगह नहीं दे रही है। जो वेस्ट से बायोगैस और कंपोस्ट बन सकता है उसके लिए जगह नहीं दे रही है। तो इसमें बीएमसी की बिल्कुल लापरवाही रही है पिछले 15 साल में। म्युनिसिपल सॉलिड वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट
लापरवाही नहीं रही है।
कॉर्पोरेशन इज सपोज्ड टू एनफोर्स द रूल्स व्हिच इट हैज नॉट बीन एनफोर्स्ड।
अग्रवाल जी एक ध्यान में रखिए कि कॉर्पोरेशन की भी एक हद होती है। कोई भी पॉलिसी बनने के बावजूद उसे आगे लेके एमपी के लिए आगे भेजना पड़ता है। कोई भी पॉलिसी वहां बनके उसको कायम नहीं किया जा सकता।
आपने अग्रवाल की लिए पॉलिसी, मैं वही आपको बोल रहा हूँ।
ओके,
पॉलिसी इम्प्लीमेंट
बात बोलता हूँ।
So Mumbai has not implemented the policies. All right, let me bring the other guests.
नहीं,
you're nodding your head in disagreement.
माया जी मुझे पूरा करने दो, मुझे बोलने दीजिए।
एक मिनट
माया जी मुझे बोलने दीजिए।
अच्छा, आप अपना पॉइंट खत्म कर दीजिए, और भी गेस्ट वेट कर रहे हैं। बोलिए पाटनकर जी।
हाँ, माया जी सुनिए बात। वो बोल रहे पॉलिसी इम्प्लीमेंट 2009 से 12 को जब हुआ, सब कॉर्पोरेशन में जो जब मसला खड़ा हुआ ये जगह का, तो सब कॉर्पोरेटर ने एक साथ उसको जवाब दिया है कि ये हल निकलना चाहिए। एक पॉलिसी बनते इम्प्ली महापालिका आगे जानी चाहिए, स्टेट लेवल जानी चाहिए, वो आगे होकर वहां से।
Okay, Mr. Patel, Kiran Shah, before I go back to Delhi, Kiran Shah, the thing is, everyone says solutions are staring at us. It seems so simple to make these promises come election time. The Delhi High Court, in fact, has now said that 13 corporator seats that are lying vacant by-elections should be held very quickly. I'm sure this is going to be an issue in the Delhi elections, and we'll let the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP address that. But, in Bangalore as well, it becomes political. These things become a way to garner votes at election time, and then once you win the election, it's all forgotten. Ultimately, how much can citizens take on for themselves? Where are the areas in which the citizens can get together and tell politicians that look, whether you want to win an election or not, this is something we're going to do on our own because we don't trust you anymore.
Well, what I wanted to basically come in on was exactly what was said before. I think there are a number of opportunities to basically deal with waste. And I think what is happening is that our rules and regulations are just not permitting entrepreneurs to basically even convert waste to anything that's valuable. And I think this is where the problem is. When I talk about the corporators preventing these kind of, even waste segregation, which has been a very successful activity in Bangalore, even that has not been allowed to remain segregated because it's again mixed by the truckers and then dumped on landfills. Now the problem is that we've got a truck mafia who's paid on the basis of the tonnage that they dump on landfills, and therefore they do not permit any wet waste to be even transported to wet waste processing areas which are run by private enterprise. So I'm just saying there is a nexus between the corporation and these kind of entrepreneurial activities. And although someone said that yes, everyone can be a self-contained waste management site, It is not happening. And I also agree with Mr. Patankar that debris is a very big problem.
Yeah.
And that can be converted very easily into usable, valuable products. So I think unless we solve this problem, and I wish in the Startup India campaign, I hope they actually allow waste conversion entrepreneurs also
to come in on this
particular initiative.
All right, Sudhir Vora, you're an architect and urban planner based in Delhi. You know, I've grown up in this city and I look around at what's going on in the last 20 years, the way Delhi has just boomed. I mean, there's construction everywhere, the traffic has increased manifold, the waste has therefore increased as well. The entire city sometimes feels like an urban slum except for the few square kilometers of Lutyens Delhi. This is the national capital and political parties are slugging it out over whose responsibility ultimately it is. I mean, you know, where does the buck stop really as far as the capital is concerned?
Well, as far as this present crisis which has happened in Delhi is concerned, I think this is it's basically a political issue. You don't have a problem here of waste not being collected. You have a reverse problem. You've got municipal workers who are unhappy for some reason or the other and who are taking municipal waste and throwing it on the roads. You know, it's ridiculous. It's not a similar situation what's happening in Bombay or in Mumbai where the waste is getting burnt or something similar to what Kiranji is talking about in Bangalore. Delhi's this present crisis seems to be completely political, and now all the three parties, the Congress, the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, seem to be using this for political gains or whatever they want to do. You know, but quite apart all the political issues, just like we've privatized things like power distribution, and in some areas there is now a discussion about water distribution being privatized. I think the time has come when government should work out regulatory mechanisms wherein these are services, you know, garbage collection, solid waste management, segregation, these all now need to be recognized as services and prioritized.
Okay, so let's bring the Aam Aadmi Party back in on this discussion.
Used as an opportunity to turn around.
Somnath Bharti, you're listening to very sound, suggestions by the rest of the panel as well. Apart from the politics of it all, there is a real crisis in Delhi today.
Who is doing the politics? Is it we who are doing the politics? If you recall, a couple of days earlier, doctors of MCD wrote to us that we want to be under Delhi government and not under MCD. See, you pick up any area which MCD was supposed to handle originally, whether it be toilets or it be parks, parking, roads, anything you pick up, sanitation, nothing works. Nothing is working in the city. That is why possibly on the Prime Minister very easily separated. He said, I'm going to be making smart city, not entire Delhi, he'll be making smart city Delhi which is falling under NDMC area.
Okay.
He understands. See, the corrupt corporators today, if you look at this,
quite clear.
They normally have no salary.
Okay, waste management and the
Mercedes and whatnot. The corruption.
Mr. Bharti, if I can just give you a tangential example. One moment.
Just a moment, I was coming to that.
Mr. Bharti, waste management is one thing. Let's take the traffic situation in Delhi, for example. The Aam Aadmi Party had said a few weeks ago, after concluding the odd-even scheme, for example, that they were going to dismantle the BRT. Let's take that as an example. You're going to dismantle the BRT. That process, these comments are made, these promises are made. The dismantling of the BRT is halfway done. It's not complete. There's no sense of directing traffic when things like this take place. Where is the government's role apart from just making these promises? These are just empty words. They don't impact the man on the street.
Let me just give you a couple of informations which possibly would be good for your audience. See, we have the first government which completed, I think, almost 40 to 50% in the very first year of the promises. If you look at, we started building Mohalla clinics, 1,000 Mohalla clinics will be built by the end of this year. 8,000 additional classrooms.
Where are marshals and roads?
50% reduction in electricity tariffs.
Where are 50
We're the
lakh
only one which started dismantling
Okay,
this.
Mr. Advocate, we're coming forward. All right. Somnath Bharti, let's just
And
I don't know if you all can hear each other, because I can't hear anybody on the panel right now. Somnath Bharti, one moment. Somnath Bharti, one moment. Let's give RP Singh, Mr. Bharti, Mr. Somnath Bharti, one moment, sir. Let's give RP Singh a chance to
Central government is not
respond.
fulfilling its wishes.
All right, let's give RP Singh a chance.
Is not being asked for 1,500 crores.
Okay, whenever you're done, we'll give RP Singh a
The
chance to
central
respond.
government immediately after coming, Mr. Modi implemented
just a political
14 Farooq's mission and enhanced your budget
Yeah,
from
let's get out of the
30 to
political
40%.
slugfest and let's get the real solutions.
You are not prepared to enhance the budget from third Farooq's mission, fourth Farooq's mission.
This is
You are
just a
Yes, Mr.
political
Vora, I agree with you.
It's not
I agree with you.
anything on any of these.
I agree with you. Sudhir Vora is saying this is
It's just
nothing
not
more.
worth anybody's time discussing any of
This
this.
is nothing more than a political slugfest.
Each one
That's
wants
Sudhir
to do
Vora's
what he
comment. An apt one.
That's why to stop this slugfest, I'm requesting, let's have an open debate on any channel, on any platform.
But Mr. RP Singh,
Chief
Mr.
Minister.
RP Singh, you can only have a debate if you're willing to hear the other person's point of view. If you're going to shout another political party down, there is no debate.
2 years back,
How could
only because they are paying 20%.
How do you people propose an open debate with each other when you don't allow the other person to speak? All right, we'll leave you to a side to slug it out separately. Kiran, this is what ultimately, let's just stop that audio right now. Kiran Mazumdar, this is what ultimately happens every time you get into a discussion like this.
You know, it's very sad that we have this political slugfest. I would rather that politicians understand that we are trying to solve problems. But this blame game that keeps going on, it's very sad for all of us. We are here trying to discuss serious issues around the country, and all we have to hear is this slugfest.
Okay, Sudhir Vora also agrees that it's a slugfest. Yeah, go ahead.
Technical people, we are technical people, we are technically trained, we are meant to find solutions for problems which come up everywhere. This business about throwing garbage on NH24 and then blaming each one is only a political slugfest. People like me or people like my colleagues can't contribute an iota towards any of this. There's no point coming into any of these debates because they're not debates any longer. There's no ideas coming out, there's no innovation coming out, nobody wants to listen what
Sudhir Vora, you're saying
is also very logical.
So you're saying that the strike by MCD workers, for example,
we have solid waste.
It gets discussed.
We have solid
when we have clear intentions.
Governance and not getting into
May I ask Mr. Agarwal and Mr. Vora a question? Mr. Bharti, if I have your permission, can I ask them a question, please? Thank you. Sudhir Vora, what you're saying is...
Please go ahead.
You're saying this throwing of garbage on NH24, for example, striking NCD workers, there are two aspects to this. One is that there is a legitimate crisis in terms of disbursement of funds. These people are not being paid their salaries in time. That is the reason for their striking.
Would you please do not add the word legitimate crisis? It's not a legitimate crisis.
Well, if someone doesn't...
Mr. Kejriwal is holding their salary.
Till December,
All right, let me rephrase. Gentlemen, please.
Mr. Somnath Bharti, can you deny that?
Salary.
All right. Let me rephrase. Bharti Singh and Somnath Bharti, please, gentlemen, there are other people on this panel. Just a moment. All right, I will rephrase. Maybe it's not a legitimate, I shouldn't use the term legitimate. What these protesting, striking workers feel may be a legitimate argument that they're not being paid their salaries. That's one part of the argument, that there are ways to protest if that's a legitimate crisis. Throwing garbage on the streets is not a legitimate way to protest. Sudhir Vora, is that the distinction you're trying to make?
Yes, I'm saying what we were discussing in Bombay and Bangalore were different issues. In Delhi, we have a situation now where you have unhappy employees who are collecting garbage from point A and throwing it on the streets. Although their job is to keep the streets clean, among other things. So the real issue here is administration. They can keep talking about figures of who's not paid a salary for which month and all, but believe me, no employee in any place in the world wants to go without a salary. It's as simple as that. So they are using this as an example to create their own brownie points politically. It's not a technical issue which we are discussing. So I don't know what I have to contribute to this. There are methods to solve it. Not the only city in the world which produces garbage. Every city in the world produces solid
So Mr. Vora, in your view, what becomes the impediment? In your view, when people like you and technical people like you come up with suggestions to deal with these kinds of situations, waste management is something, as you rightly point out, impacts every city in the world, not specifically Delhi. What is the resistance people like you are encountering?
The only impediment is an honest political will to do the right things. Whether you are A party A, B, C, D, it doesn't matter. There is a lack of honest political will to do the right things. That's it. As simple as that.
With Delhi, Mr. Kejriwal doesn't have
I can't get into the business of which party is
This is what is missing, sir. Mr. Vora has hit the nail at the right place. Kejriwal don't have political will.
All right. So why don't the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP? I don't think shouting each other down is an answer to the question. Mr. Bharti, I'm begging you both, Somnath Bharti and RP Singh, we're talking about political will. Please, can you stop shouting each other down and work together to find political will? Delhi unfortunately has a situation where you have multiple parties at play in different agencies. You all have to find a way to work together. That's got to be a solution. Don't you agree with that? RP Singh, Somnath Bharti, don't you agree only to find a way to work together?
We have time and again said, requested with folded hands to Mr. Modi that please allow us to work. We can do everything. I also request you, Mr.
We're out of time on this discussion. My apologies to the other panelists, Kiran Shah, Rishi Agarwal, and Mr. Patil, Mr. Vora, RP Singh, Somnath Bharti. We're out of time on this discussion. For those who are still listening, thank you all for joining us on this. Let's move on to the other story that's developing right now in Bangalore at this hour. The Tanzanian High Commission has asked the Indian government to intervene after a Tanzanian girl was allegedly stripped and paraded naked by a mob in North Bangalore and her car set ablaze on Sunday evening. Kiran Shah and Somnath Bharti were asking you to just stay on to give comments on this particular incident that's taken place. Kiran Shah, the incident apparently occurred on Sunday evening after another African national's car ran over and killed a 35-year-old woman. There are charges of racism that are being made in this situation. Do you have a comment on this?
Well, I'm not aware of this because I wasn't in town to even hear about this horrible incident. I'm very sad, very shocked, and I do hope that, the people who have actually indulged in this kind of reaction are brought to book. I'm sure the government is seized of this, and I'm sure they will do everything to make sure that, due action is taken.
The issue of due action being taken, of course, there is now a police case involved in this matter. Somnath Bharti, incidents like this are something that Delhi has seen as well. You're familiar with the examples we're referring to. Now, this Tanzanian national, the Tanzanian embassy has written a note. In Delhi's case, it was the Nigerian mission that had taken serious note of what was going on in the capital. Your comments to this kind of the sort of racism, the underlying racism that they are alleging exists in India?
See, a wrong is a wrong always. But you are not, I think you're doing a mistake by comparing the Delhi incident with this incident. Delhi incident was absolutely wrongly portrayed and wrongly reported. There was no racism involved in Delhi. Number two,
what you suggest, what the information, if that is correct, that is a horrible incident, and I condemn it to the fullest. The guilty must be brought to book, he must be sent to jail, and all such incidences should be investigated within 1 year, and the guilty must be punished within 1 year.
Okay, the guilty must be punished within 1 year. Kiran Shaw, is this another example of just sort of, a mob meeting out what they perceive as justice? I mean, what are we really heading to? I think it's the question we keep asking each other all the time. I remember we were on a panel together a couple of months ago and we were talking about tolerance in the nation. Yet another example of people taking the law into their own hands.
Yeah, I think, this is a complete breakdown of law and order if such incidents happen, and I think this is a wake-up call for the authorities to act fast, and I agree. I mean, I think justice has to be meted out very, very rapidly, and the perpetrators of such a horrible crime should be actually brought to book very rapidly, because that's what needs to be done to deter these kind of, kangaroo courts or whatever you might call it in terms of mob hysteria. So I think, law enforcement is something we have to focus on in every part of the country.
Right, and when we talk about civic issues impacting the image of a city, certainly incidents like this also tarnish these images further. Thank you both for staying on to give your comments on this incident that's taken place. We'll take a break now. When we come back, left, right and centre, we'll go across to the Auto Expo. My colleague Siddharth Patankar will take us through all the latest cars on the market this year and how they're going to tackle pollution.